And now the mayor is pandering to the far left. He just approved a settlement agreement between the NYPD and the ACLU that severely limits how the police can handle protests in this city. This agreement is a betrayal of the public trust, a threat to public safety, and a slap in the face to the brave men and women who risk their lives daily to protect New Yorkers from crime and violence. This agreement resulted from lawsuits filed by the ACLU and other groups over the NYPD's response to the 2020 protest. The plaintiffs accused the NYPD of using excessive force, making wrongful arrests, and violating the protesters' and journalists' rights. The settlement requires the NYPD to adopt a four-tiered response system to minimize police presence at protest, ban kettling, which is a crowd control device where the police encircle protesters in a net and contain them. And it establishes an oversight committee with a $3 million price tag and representatives from the plaintiffs, the city, and independent experts. While the government claims to protect the rights of protesters, it undermines the rights of law-abiding citizens who expect the police to maintain order and safety in the communities. One only has to look at the recent Union Square riot. That didn't even start out as a protest. It started out as a free giveaway. And things got out of hand like this. And the police were overwhelmed. And we saw what happened. People were injured. Property was destroyed. The police need to be able to bring appropriate amount of personnel to the scene at their discretion. Since I retired in 2017, I have led and been involved in protests throughout the city. I have rallied in front of City Hall and the Department of Education's Tweed Building. I've been in front of schools all around the city. Not once did any of my fellow education parent activists think of bringing a Molotov cocktail to the event to prove a point. We didn't throw rocks or yell or spit at the officers working the event, and it goes without saying there was no property damage or theft. Guess what? The police were cordial and professional. They assisted us by directing vehicular and pedestrian traffic and watching us as we made our point. This agreement is based on a false narrative that portrays the NYPD as a brutal and oppressive force that targets minorities and violates civil rights, when in reality, the police already respond appropriately and proportionately based upon the participants' behavior. The ACLU settlement ignores the reality that the NYPD is one of the most diverse and professional police departments in the world, with officers who reflect the communities that they serve. It also ignores that the NYPD made significant reforms to improving its training, policies, and accountability in recent years, making this settlement unnecessary. The agreement results from political pressure from radical activists and politicians with an anti-police agenda. They have used the tragic death of George Floyd as an excuse to demonize and defund the police. They have ignored or downplayed the violence or destruction caused by these protesters who looted, burned, attacked our officers, and brought parts of this city to a near standstill. It also ignores the reality that the police have a duty to protect life and property and to maintain order and enforce the law. By agreeing to this settlement, the city has sided with criminals over victims, chaos over order, and ideology over reality. As a former NYPD officer who dedicated 32 years of my life to serving this city, I urge New Yorkers to speak out against this agreement and stand with our police. The NYPD is not the enemy of the people. It is the guardian of our city. We need to support our police, not undermine them. We need to restore law and order, not surrender to lawlessness. And we must defend our city, not allowing the far left to destroy it further.